Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Peace and Life with Johanna. I am Johanna, and today we'll have a brief yoga session. For this session, I recommend items that you can find around the house. But if you do have a regular practice, then these items are probably already in your possession. We have a bolster here, but you can use a rolled up blanket and have a couple more blankets that can be really handy for support, adjusting a pose. I have a yoga belt here, a yoga strap, but you can use any item around the house. Here, this is a kimono belt, but this could be very well a tie or a towel. And last but not least, some of us are a little bit more crafty. So to have a few yoga blocks made out of wood might be really nice to have if you have a regular practice. Otherwise, you can find these, I guess, online or in the athletic department of any large store. So without any further ado, let's start with a back opening fish pose. Oh, how did that come out? Let's start with a fish pose for a back opening moment. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I invite you to do so. I'm posting material that I hope will help reduce people's levels of stress, anxiety, probably help people get some better sleep too, and hopefully help you noticing the peace, moments of peace in your own lives with Johanna, with me. So let's get onto our backs. We have our bolster. Again, this could be a large blanket. And I'm going to open the upper back a little more. So to enter the position, I place myself with Dandasana legs. Dynamic feet, wake up the feet, wake up all four corners of the feet. Inhale, I'm going to press into the floor to lengthen my spine, and exhale, because I know I'm going to get a great reward. I'm going to lay down on my cushion. I added some support under the head here. Make it as high as you need so that your neck doesn't feel like it's projecting backward. So here, I think maybe 2 blankets or a block in a taller position might work just fine. So let's start by giving ourselves a gentle neck massage. And this could be a great moment in your practice to add a little intention. What do I mean by intention? Well, if you're liking what you're doing right now, well, your intention could be, I appreciate and want to give myself love and care. I love and appreciate taking care of myself. It can take the form of an affirmation. It's just a way to direct your energies so that they're not really spread out or lost in daydreaming. Daydreaming is also okay, so don't worry. It's just a little plus, a little bonus. So massage as much as you need. And if that's good enough for you, inhale, lengthen both arms to the ceiling. And exhale, allow both arms to drop to the side. You'll notice how the chest wants to open. You'll probably be able to breathe differently. How does your breath feel in the upper thoracic cage versus the belly? There's no good or bad answer here, just whatever you're noticing. With each inhale, more space being created. And each exhale, more relaxation into the body. The tailbone keeps lengthening away from the head towards the feet. The hip bones want to meet one another. The skin of the pubis is moving towards the navel. And each breath, brings more relaxation and space. Allow your mind to quiet or settle. And the flow of your thoughts to flow by. Think of the great gift that you're giving yourself today, and then start bending your legs very gently. I'm going to roll to my right side and use my left hand for support. The head comes up last as I'm pushing into my left hand to bring myself back into a comfortable seated position. For the next position, we'll lengthen the spine and open the hips a little bit more. So take the bolster away. I personally know that I will need blankets to adjust this pose. I'm keeping them nearby. And because I'm not that comfortable seated at a 90-degree angle, use some height. It can be 1 or 2 blocks stacked on top of each other. So seated on some height here, make sure that both sit bones equally are pressing into the support. I know you can see my toes. I hope you can see my toes at the bottom of the screen. I'm really sorry. This is a very small space, but I keep lengthening my legs now from the back of the pelvis. From the back of the pelvis, my legs are still lengthening and I'm pressing into all 4 corners of the feet. I try to keep the bottom of my spine, actually the lumbar spine, in neutral position, and the pelvis as well as neutral position. So just like before, have the bones of the hips trying to meet one another. Stand tall. And then we're going to basically use our hands for support in the back. Use the same height that you're seated on if you cannot reach the floor. So I'm going to lean back a little bit. And then I'm going to bring my knee into flexion, using both thumbs behind the calf muscle. I'm separating the calf muscle here, dragging the flesh all the way to the heel. And then I bring the right heel as close to the perineum as possible. I'm opening the leg to the side. So here I love to help it. And because you see there's quite a bit of a distance, I'm adding a little blanket here, support under my thigh. Now anchoring deeply into the center of my body, exhale and bring my leg closer to me, using my thumbs again to bifurcate the flesh behind the calves. Bringing the left heel as close as possible to the perineum. And now open my left leg and support that leg with a blanket if needed. The heels are pressing into one another. Now, this could be quite intensive for those of you who are not sitting against the wall or not used to do that pose quite often. I should do it quite more. So use a belt, take it and place it around your feet. The bottom of the belt will be at the top of your sacrum in the back. So I'm taking the clasp of the belt away from my feet because I don't want to pinch my skin. Remember, if you have one of these, you can tie them up just the same. It's just going to be a little bit different, but tie them around your feet, not too tight at the beginning, so there's not too much strain. Make sure that you're seated equally on both sit bones, and then inhale. Let's bring both of these arms up. Why are we doing this? To create more space in the back and the spine. Exhale without losing that length in the spine. Open the arms and come to place them in front of you. Now I'm going to raise my arms again, bring the right palm towards my heart, bring the left palm facing the camera in front of me. I'm clasping my fingers together in a locking motion. And this is the Ganesha Mudra, Ganesh Mudra. I just remember because it looks like elephant ears. Ganesh in the Hindu tradition is the god that's known to be the remover of obstacles. So if you need that in your practice today, bring some of that intention with you. So what are we doing here? With each inhale and exhale, we're increasing basically the tension. The locked fingers keep us together, but this will create some space in your shoulder blades and in the chest. Why don't we take a few breaths in, keeping the length in the spine, exhale out, I keep the tension. Inhale into the belly, keeping it soft, and exhale out. Everything I don't need. Inhale, I remain stable through my foundation, and exhale, I keep growing all the way to the crown of the head. One more time here, inhale, and then exhale, let's release the hands. How does that feel? Inhale, let's recreate that length in the sides of the torso and the spine, shall we? Exhale, this time, the right palm is facing out. Did I do this? Oh, this feels different. It's always those things that happen, eh? This feels different. So I'm gonna keep breathing very softly into my hands, into my chest, creating more space in the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. I'm landing even more on my support. Inhale, exhale. I love to feel the space that's being created in the shoulders and between the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale. Can I make my breath even softer in the belly region? Inhale and exhale. Let me release everything. Wow, very good. If you have spare blanket or belt, or even a block, let's do it with both. Well, we're gonna do the first one with the belt, just to show you a difference. So I'm pulling on the belt here, creating a little bit of resistance. My arms are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to really focus on centering in my foundation. Inhale, I'm gonna raise the arms as far as I can. Exhale, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, I lower the belt to the ground. Let's go for 2 more like this. Inhale, I rise as far as I can. Again, no pressure, no competition, especially if there's pain, back away from the pain. You just want to work today. You don't want to hurt yourself. And then a 3rd time up with control. And exhale down. Very, very nice. Let's do 3 more with the block this time. So you see that the movement of the hand is the same, but I'm still my shoulder width apart kind of width. I'm pressing into the sides of the block, and you'll notice that the muscles work slightly differently here. But the object is still the same, to fully extend the arms as far as we can, way above, and with controlled breathing, bringing the block back. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, raising the block as high as we can, keeping the shoulders equal. Exhale, let's bring that back down to the floor. Let's go for a 3rd and final one for this set. Inhale, I'm extending. I'm really trying to bring the block as far as I can. And exhale, lowering the block to the floor. I feel like I'm offering a sacred present to you guys. I wish I could offer you chocolates or your favorite treats. All right, let's come out of the pose. And that's why I'm really grateful for the belt. It really helps with balance. So here we go. I'm gonna come out of the pose safely, shall we? So I'm going to press I'm sorry, I had a timer here. So do not do what I just did. Use your hands behind you to lean back a little. I'm anchoring through my sit bones. I'm going to bring one leg up, extend it forward, the other leg up. You can help that leg up, help a friend, extend it forward into Dandasana and wiggle your toes. How does that feel? I hope it feels good to you. You can keep the blankets nearby for the next position. If you're seated on something that's higher than one block, maybe an extended leg with nothing underneath will be a little bit harsh on the knee. So a roll blanket under the knee will work perfectly here. So again, using my hands, same height as the support I'm sitting on. If my fingers are not reaching the floor, I'm going to anchor and make my left leg very heavy and keep extending all the way from the back of the pelvis and open the right leg, bring it to the floor. Now making this right leg heavy, sit bone heavy. Exhale with control, bring the other leg out. Now you see how this could be a little bit more comfortable for you at home? All right, Upavishta Konasana. That looks like a triangle, doesn't it? So here we go. I'm going to make sure that my sit bones are equally into the supports. Some shifting may have happened here. I'm pushing. Remember the Dandasana legs, the active legs. I'm pushing into the mound of the big toes and I'm bringing the baby toe on the outside of the foot towards the hips. Inhale. Let's keep extending those arms up. Exhale. Come to bring yourself into a loving hug. Feel how good it feels on the upper back, the shoulders. Inhale, extend all the way up. Exhale, why not a double dose of love on the other side? And then inhale, this I'm going to fully extend. And exhale, bring the arms to the floor. The hands, I mean. Let's walk tiny bit by bit. So this could be nice for your fingers. You know, give them a little bit of movement and then press them into the floor. I'm trying to keep my spine as long as possible here and still extending through the back of the pelvis all the way to the toes. And then on an exhale, walk yourself back up into upward position. Inhale, let's extend all the way to the sky. Exhale, let's come back down. Hands in front of you. Let's walk a little deeper. So I keep extending the spine as I lean a little further. Maybe some of you probably have a block. I would like to rest here for a little bit. Looking pretty. Or you can keep pressing your hands into the floor and getting more massage this way. And then exhale, walk back into upward position. Now, if you're using a belt, you can put it at the largest length, the longest length actually. Be, I guess, better. And then I'm bringing the belt around the foot. Have both sides of the belt hanging loosely by each side of the leg. I'm going to lift and extend and exhale, come to bring or grab both sides of the belt. And I'm not going deep here, but I'm making my right leg heavy. So I'm working on my left leg here today. I keep extending both legs on the back of the pelvis. But I like that this gentle torsion here gives a little bit more movement in my back. It's not a deep twist. Again, if you feel any pain, back away from the pain, come back to the neutral position or come out of the position if this is uncomfortable to you. And then exhale, I'm going to release the belt and come back to center. See how both feel? Both sides of the body may feel different. Let's transfer the belt to the other side. All right, and allow the belt to rest while we inhale. Come back to center. Fully extend the arms to the ceiling. And then exhale, let's twist very gently and grab the sides of the belt. Resisting the belt against the sole of the foot, keeping steady and grounded in my sit bones. And it's very important that you don't allow distortion to come in. So both shoulders are equal and parallel to the floor, and there's a neutral lumbar curve in the back. And staying here for a few more breaths. Inhale. How does the back of the leg feel? Even the arms are getting a good stretch, eh? And then exhale, let's release the pose. I'm gonna take the belt out of the way and use my hands to lean in the back behind me. Anchor firmly. I'm gonna start moving my right leg so you make the other leg heavy. Bring it back to center. We're using our core muscles here. Make the right leg heavy, heavy all the way to the back of the thigh. Exhale, bring the left back to center and move the legs in whichever way is best for you. Now, I promised you a short practice, didn't I? Let's get a little bit more release in the lower back. I'm going to use this blanket here for my shoulders, although it's not completely necessary. We're not using the highest height of the block today, but we're gonna come to lay on our backs. So the line of the blanket is behind my shoulders, underneath my neck. And I'm going to use the block. I'm using the medium profile. It's nice to have a firmer block for this one because this block will be used to support the sacrum. So the outside of the feet are parallel to the mat, closest to the bottom, the buttocks, I mean. I'm going to press on an exhale to insert the block underneath the sacrum. And then drag the flesh away so that I don't feel any compression in that section of the spine. I'm going to place my feet about an index fingers away from the sit bones and engage the lower buttocks. So I'm going to bend my arms, inhale, rotate the clavicles towards the floor, keep expanding the chest. Do you remember that nice feeling we had, for some of us, I guess, at the beginning of the practice with the cushion that we had underneath the upper chest? Let's recreate that openness in the upper chest. And then exhale, come to rest both arms on either side of the body. I'm still pressing into the floor with my Tadasana feet. I keep lengthening both legs away from the pelvis. The tailbone is also moving towards the heels. With each breath in a soft belly, I try to bring the hip bones towards one another and allow the skin of the pubis to lift towards the navel. Take a few moments here, a few breaths. Allow your mind to quiet and to slow down. You may even try to connect with your intention at this point. Remember the intention at the beginning of your practice? Maybe it has changed. Maybe you see something different through it now. And then on your next exhale, press into the floor with all four corners of your feet. Lift the pelvis and remove the block from underneath it. Last position, the corpse pose, Shavasana. In this position, I'm going to bring the blankets now underneath my head. Again, to create a closing effect, a quieting effect on the mind. So So the skin of the forehead goes towards the nose goes towards the heart. You can extend both arms here one last time. Get a final stretch and as much length in your body. And exhale, allow both arms and hands, palms facing up, to come and rest for a few moments. Have you noticed more tension than the beginning of your practice? Hopefully less tension, or something that you learned about your body today. You can allow the legs to relax. The front of the thigh to melt towards the back of the thigh. You can allow the belly to soften with each breath, bringing more relaxation to the body. Shoulders are soft, face is soft, breath is soft. And when you feel ready, gradually start to move your toes and your fingers very softly. When you're ready, start to bend one leg and then the other. Take a moment to feel the floor below your shoulder blades, your feet, and then roll to the side. We'll take this very slowly. I could stay here all afternoon. Use your left hand to press into the floor. Turn your gaze towards the floor. Have the head come up last. And let's come to a comfortable seated position. If you would like, we're going to take one deep inhale together to chant Om to close this practice together. Hands in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra, the prayer mudra. Inhale. Om. Namaste, dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. This was Peace in Life with Johanna. Remember to subscribe to the channel. You'll find material here to help you deal with stress, anxiety, probably getting a better night of sleep. I'm looking forward to see you again on the mat or on the cushion to meditate. I'll see you soon. Take care.